All right. So this needs a name. If we're gonna be doing this on a regular, it needs a good name. All things worth some monocorum of amount of salt, grit, ballsy ballsness has a good name. So I'm gonna call this Panpan versus the world. Has a good ring to it, doesn't it? Fight me!
Oh shit! Sorry, I fucked your husband.
Yo, this is the very first celebrational, mon fantastical, espialidocical. I don't know where the hell I'm going with this, but this is the first episode, the very first stint of Panpan versus the World. Fight me. Yes, that's going to be the name. Fight me. But I'm going to be talking about Hell of a Boss. I'm going to keep it simple, stupid. I'm going to talk about a few episodes, and I'm going to talk about the characters, and I'm going to come to a final decision on my thoughts. So, let's begin. So, Hell of a Boss is done by a YouTube channel, VizzyPop. I've been watching VizzyPop for a good number of years now, ever since the Die Young animated video that Vizzy has done. Now, if you want to go back and watch it, you got to go back several years, and in those several years of YouTube content, you will see the change to speed draw animation, and then the pilots for Hell of a Boss and the other series Has Been Hotel. Hell of a Boss has been strictly a YouTube thing, and it's a series that's basically being played out on YouTube. But Has Been Hotel has been picked up by, unfortunately, Hollywood. I don't trust Hollywood to do a single thing with any good series because all they do is they fuck it up the moment they get their hands on it. I trust Vizzy to do what Vizzy does and make something great, but I fully acknowledge and understand that Hollywood will piss on every single goddamn thing that isn't directly involved with them or their own people. I fully acknowledge this, and I fully understand that if there's anybody else out there that gets involved with these people, try and retain as much rights to your creation as you can, because they will strip mine the fuck out of that shit and they will twist your vision into whatever they deem appropriate. So, with that out of the way, I should probably add a TLDR for that, but enough about that. Let's talk about Hell of a Boss. Hell of the Boss is an adult animation that airs on YouTube every so often. The trailer for the next season has already dropped, and it's shaping up to be absolutely amazing. But it follows the adventures of some imps and a hellhound in their business of basically assassination. They take on contracts from the rivals in hell to take revenge on the people who may or may not have been involved in getting them sent there. Yeah, no, crazy. Now, the way this works is that they use a magical tome that our main character, and I'm going to start naming them, Blitzo. Well, is he a main character? I don't know. He's the boss of the organization. Blitzo uses a tome given to him from a relationship that he has with basically a lord of hell, Stolas. Now, as I said before, this is an adult-oriented show, so
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
You know what happens when I'm lonely, Blitzy?
Oh god, fucking damn it.
When I'm lonely, I become hungry. And when I become hungry, I want to choke on that red of yours, your and lick all of your before taking out your and with more teeth
Until you're screaming like a fucking baby!
Blitzo is giving Stolas the old back shots. Yeah, I said it. I said it. All right, so with that out of the way, they go to the mortal realm and basically perform assassinations. Now, in the beginning, it was a standalone type of deal. As time progressed, more story-driven episodes and story-driven mini subplots were placed in the series as a whole. Now I'm going to name the rest of the characters. So, there's Stolas, Blitzo, Millie, Moxie, Luna. Now, you're probably wondering what I mean before that as the episodes have gone on, it's become more subplot, character-driven stories outside of the overarching themes. There is a lot of interpersonal dialogue and relationship building that goes on within the series itself. And a lot of it is very well written and very well written. Wheaties? Failure! It's very well written in that the dialogues and the interpersonal relationships feel very tangible, that they could exist between, the people that we know, our neighbors, our friends, our family, right? These characters are written out in that kind of way, and it's very good, and I enjoy it every single time these concepts come on screen. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, well, where did this happen? There was the episode where they basically got kidnapped by the X-Files, Scully and Mulder. Go figure. And they are drugged. I'm talking super drugged, and it devolves into a musical scene where it plays out how their relationships and how they interact with each other. And in doing so, the scene, you find out that Blitzo is kind of a massive asshole of the next level. And Moxie himself enables this in that Blitzo's using his friendship with Moxie to basically take advantage of him, but Moxie allows this because Moxie doesn't stand up for himself more, basically making himself a doormat. And in this scene, as they are captured, they basically make a promise to each other to be better. And you also find out that Moxie gets his cheeks clapped. Yeah. And you also find out the nature of Stolas' relationship with Blitzo as Blitzo sees it. And Blitzo is fully aware that he's chained to his desires for Stolas and how he wants something more to be there, but because of unknown events, he can't allow himself to do so. And it's very clear that Stolas has a really good grip on him, in that Blitzo wants to be with Stolas, but Blitzo has some severe, deep emotional damage, way deeper than Asian father can ever do. From there, then on, with the vow to be better towards each other, the story ends and the story progresses with Stolas basically saving their hides. Now, this transitions to the last episode before the next season 2022 trailer dropped. In this episode, Millie and Moxie have a date set. Basically, they're married, and this is a date set for themselves so they can go out and enjoy. Stolas, being the kind of a dick that he is, and mind you, his previous relationship, Verosika Mayday, he stole her credit card, leaving her to pay for the hotel room, and maxed it out taking horseback riding lessons. So, Verosika Mayday absolutely hates Blitzo's guts, but it's later revealed that this isn't the only one he's done this to. He's done this plenty of other times. During Millie and Moxie's date, Blitzo receives an invitation from Stolas, which he then uses to sneak into the establishment that Millie and Moxie got themselves tickets to. And from there then on, a musical number proceeds to break out where everyone Blitzo's basically had a shit relation with has basically come out of the woodwork to call him on his shit and say how terrible he is, while Stolas is at the table watching this play out. But Stolas doesn't care. He still wants to be with Blitzo. And this is very prevalent enough with the fact that Stolas gave up his relationship, his wife, his family for Blitzo. And it basically comes crumbling down after that. And Blitzo is the only thing Stolas has left after everything is said and done. So, with that out of the way, the scene ends with Blitzo taking Stolas home and Stolas inviting Blitzo to stay so they can talk. And Blitzo is under the idea that this is purely for physical need, so he completely rejects Stolas, saying, "I don't want to, bang right now. I don't want to bang you." And Stolas is like, "I don't want that. I just want you to be here with me." And Blitzo then leaves, and he arrives home by himself to basically be crying over a picture. When it's revealed what this picture is, it's a picture of himself, his mother, and his sister, and the episode ends. And this is where that good writing comes in. As a character, Blitzo is standoffish, arrogant, conceited, narcissistic, and it's very clear in how he treats people in his relationships of this. But it seems, and this is where the that excellent writing comes out with the whole, you know, character building and the telling of the stories through subtext and subplots, that this may be as a result of some greater emotional pain that he's incurred because he opened up and he made deeper attachments to people that he never wants to happen again. Now, with that out of the way, we can talk about an analysis. I'm kidding. I'm going to keep it simple, stupid. Whether or not this is a good watch. Animation is smooth, crisp. The previous episode where they're basically kidnapped by the X-Files plays with an entire massive action scene where our crew is basically whooping ass and taking names. And that is beautifully animated. It's smooth, it's crisp. The blur lines are on point. The transitions on point. It is very much well worth a watch when combined with that heavy writing and dialogue. Now, the voice acting is, of course, very on point. The voice fits the characters very well. The dialogue, when the characters interact with each other, it's recorded to sound such a way where it's actually two people conversing with each other and they're in the same room with this interaction rather than recorded line, and it's mixed together and post. That gives it another dimension to the animation itself, and it makes it very relatable in such a sense, minus the demons, not the guns part. I'm pretty relatable to the guns part. I like guns. Bang 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 bang. Oh, but nonetheless, this one is definitely worth a watch, and Vizzy is someone you should definitely keep an eye on because of the stuff that's been coming out of Vizzy's channel, out of Vizzy's mind, is damn well worth watching. And I personally believe that Vizzy is going to be one of the better creators, especially when it comes to independent animation content, even if it gets picked up by a studio or whatever. The stuff being produced is of a far better quality in regards to animation, writing, storyboarding, overall concept, and what people want to actually watch, as well as something that the creator wants to make. And it's very real in that aspect. So, I'm going to give Helluvaboss a 100% watch and follow, and it's something that not only I enjoy, but you will enjoy as well. And also remember, this is an adult-oriented animation, so be prepared for what comes with that. So with that, I'm going to leave it, and thank you for listening to the first episode of Panpan versus the World. It's probably not the best as it could be, but this is going to be shaping up more as I do it. I'll try to keep it shorter. All right. I'm going to go have a pizza. You guys have a lovely day.